Well, this is a beautiful day in the city of St. Petersburg, and it gives me great pleasure to announce that the city of St. Petersburg has reached an agreement in principle, subject to city council approval and subject to a publication of a notice in the newspaper, a partnership with the Columbia restaurant. And you are standing right now, you're standing on the grounds of the new Columbia restaurant at the new St. Petersburg Pier. And I could not be any more pleased to work with the family that is standing behind me. And this is, I'm proud to introduce the Gonzmart family, a family that needs no introduction, but a family who is passionate about food, about people, about customers, and about Tampa Bay. And they have been in the restaurant business since 1905, thus the salad. And they have restaurants throughout the state of Florida. But as I'm talking more, you know, the more I talk to Richard and Casey, the more excited I get, because there are only a handful, I think 16 restaurants in the entire country that have been around in family ownership for more than 100 years. And this is one of the families that made that happen. For the past 25 years, Columbia Restaurant has been a staple and a mainstay here at the Pier. And people, everyone I talk to from around the Tampa Bay area, their favorite experience at the Pier usually occurs at the Columbia Restaurant. I can attest to that myself. And so it was probably a few months ago, Richard is in my office and we're starting to look at these visuals over here. And you know, I'm kind of painting a very sketchy picture, and anytime you vision with a visionary like Richard Gonzmart, things just take on a life of its own, and things get a little crazy. So city staff and a great team that we have with the city of St. Petersburg, you know, our people met with your people, and Richard and Casey and their architect, and we started together visioning this idea of the new Columbia restaurant. And it's not only going to be here, but they want to have this presence at the promontory as well, with something Columbia, something fresh, something exciting, with food, with beverage, and having that over-the-water experience. So we can get into the terms. Hopefully we've passed out something regarding the terms of the arrangement. Lisa Wanamaker is here, one of the architects of the new St. Petersburg Pier. Welcome. But at this time, I would like to introduce our greatest partner in this endeavor, and I know he needs no introduction, but this is the guy who's exciting. He is, and look at the view from the veranda of the new Columbia restaurant. I'm proud to introduce our partner, Richard Gonzmart.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. You know, 27 years ago, my father told me the importance to have a presence in St. Petersburg. That St. Petersburg was a great city, and because other restaurants were developing, that we need to have a Columbia. We had to help save the inverted pyramid. We're proud that we've been there 25 years. And like many of you, I thought we could save it. I thought there was an opportunity, but I started realizing that every pier has had to be changed because Mother Nature took its toll. And we're developing something now for the last 4 months. We're going to have menu covers showing the 1906 pier, the electric pier. They're going to be menus that the people can take back. It's going to tell the stories of each of the piers and the issues and the commitment the cities had to make. The municipal pier. By the way, this is the 6th generation that's turning these around. Oh boy. That's what happened to the inverted pyramid. It was going to collapse. But it's just a great story. We're proud to be able to make the commitment. When I read one day in the paper that the mayor was looking for a public-private partnership, I talked to my brother Casey. I talked to our chief financial officer Dennis Fedorovich. I talked to my family. we said, yeah, we want to be part of this. We want to be part of continuing to make St. Petersburg the place to come visit. I mean, I'm from Tampa, but this is the most beautiful part of Florida as far as I'm concerned. We're looking to create over 130 jobs. We're looking to invest more than $3 million in this project. We're looking to put people back to work. We're looking to make this an exciting place to visit, to live, and to dine. And so our family's just so honored to be here. And I think that you'll look and you'll see what we're going to do. It's going to be a fresh look. It's going to be more like Barcelona. More of the tiles of Barcelona, and what you're going to be envisioning is a beautiful view, outdoor dining for about 100 people, and then with a rooftop area that you get to celebrate life, celebrate those weddings, celebrate birthdays, just celebrating every day. That's why we're here today. That's why our family's here. But I'd like to introduce to you our family. My brother Casey, fourth generation. His good-looking son, Casey Jr., who was operating the Columbia at the Tampa International Airport. My daughter, Andrea. My daughter, Lauren. All three of them are working with us. And our twin grandchildren, Michael and Isabella. Alexander Shulman with his dad, Chris. And Maximilian Caesar Shulman holding the new St. Pete Pier. I brought them here because I wanted them to... Huh? And my wife. I couldn't see out of this eye.
And Amelia.
And my other granddaughter, Amelia, right here. She's the younger. She's 3.5. I wanted them to be here. Like I can remember when we expanded in Sarasota and St. Armand Circle 53 years ago. When we went when there wasn't much happening. And my father had this dream. He had a vision, and we suffered through some times. But I was about 4 years old, and I tried to understand. This is my life, this is my mission, is to help the city of St. Petersburg bring the flavors of the Columbia, our family, our history, our heritage, our culture. And I wanted them to be here so one day when they're my age and they're operating this, they can share the stories with their children and their grandchildren. We're proud to have been here 108 years in Florida through difficult times, but we've never quit on you. So we thank you for welcoming us. And we hope those that will look and maybe have a thought that it's not going to work, that they'll change when they see what we're designing. That it'll be an affordable restaurant with the most beautiful view, with a flavor that only the Columbia Restaurant can bring as Florida's oldest restaurant. Thank you very much.
Today is a job fair, really opening up the opportunity for people to get back to work. There's almost 100 vendors here that are looking for employees and things that are going on, sponsored by Congresswoman Castor and the city of St. Petersburg. So there's terrific opportunities. PSTA has been breaking ridership records for 15 months straight, which tells me people are getting back to work, but it also opens up opportunities because we need drivers, mechanics, things like that. It's a growing transit system. So we really hope today is going to be an opportunity for people to get some work, get back on their feet, and help us improve our city.
Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you to the job fair. I want to thank the great mayor of St. Petersburg, Bill Foster, for being my partner, and Councilman Danner and the St. Petersburg City Council. I want to really thank Tampa Bay Workforce Alliance for helping to recruit employers, WorkNet Pinellas, and all of the employers who are here today. The economy is getting better, but we want to make sure everyone participates in the economic recovery, and if you want to work, we want to provide you with every opportunity to get a job. So thank you for being here today. Thank you to all of the employers. Chloe, Coney, my district director, and my whole team, thank you for this fantastic event. We're going to walk around, and I look forward to talking with each of you this morning.
Well, good morning. Welcome to your historic St. Petersburg Coliseum. I know there's a lot of buzz out there. Go ahead and continue to work with all of these vendors here that are hiring jobs, but know that you would not be here today with this opportunity without our Congresswoman, Kathy Castor. Please give her the thanks that she deserves. You know, we've seen a tide turning in our country and certainly with confidence in the city of St. Petersburg. And to put this into perspective, in 2011, we permitted about $200 million in construction value. In 2012, that went up to $310 million. In 2013, January alone, we permitted $78 million in construction value. The economy is getting better. People have a confidence in St. Petersburg.
Along with other things I do, I'm also chair of the Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority, so I'm going to put in a plug for them because we're breaking ridership records every month, which tells me people are getting back to work. So go check out PSGA, there's job opportunities, and also take a look at the transit system that'll help you get around. Again, thank all the employees for coming out here today, and good luck.
It's a beautiful day here in St. Petersburg, and I'm glad to see everybody out here to try to take advantage of these job opportunities. And I'm happy that all the employers come out to offer these jobs. As you know, we have a challenge keeping a lot of people employed here in this city. With the unemployment rate being where it's at, we know among minorities and African Americans that rate is double. So this is a great opportunity for you to come out and seek employment, to be a part of that economic dream and being able to provide for your family. So I thank everybody for coming out. I thank the Congresswoman for creating this opportunity in this venue. I thank the mayor for letting them host it here in the city. And enjoy yourself and get jobs.
Congresswoman Castor contacted my office about wanting to really co-sponsor a job fair in the city of St. Pete. She's done it in Hillsborough County. It's been successful. And two things. When a congresswoman asks to partner, you say yes because she does a lot for the city of St. Pete. She's got a passion for our citizens. And then the second thing, when a congresswoman says, hey, interested in creating jobs in your city? Yes. And so it's a no-brainer. And so my staff worked with her staff, and here we are. Many jobs will be had today. We're starting to see that renaissance again. You know, we've walked through the valley, and there's light at the end of the tunnel. And we're seeing a great confidence in the St. Pete economy, the Tampa Bay economy. And this is just evidence that we're seeing a return. Employers are hiring, and people are here to get those jobs. It helps those getting jobs. It helps our kids. When you have a great educated workforce out there making a living wage, you're able to buy houses, pay taxes, give back. It helps everybody.
The best social safety net program there is a job. Because if people are working, they're feeling fulfilled, they're feeling productive, it's the best thing you can do for the community in terms of making everyone as prosperous as they can be. So helping create an environment where folks can find jobs, get a job that makes them rise in their careers, that's the best thing we can do.
This job fair is important to me because I was looking for a job and I just got an interview today at 3 from TradeWinds.
I'm currently back enrolled in school working on a bachelor's degree, and I'm looking for full-time employment. So I'm trying to start a new career, looking for opportunities here today.
The unemployment rate throughout Tampa Bay is still a little bit higher than the national average, and yet we have a lot of employers that are hiring. So what's helpful to many of our neighbors is to bring them together in one place so that it saves people time. They can visit with the businesses that are hiring in one place, and then if they need a little bit of help on how to write a good resume or do a successful interview, the resources are right here. As the economy improves, you don't want to leave anyone behind, and there are certain pockets in our community that have more chronic unemployed. So we want to make sure that they have an opportunity to get on the economic ladder of success. If they can at least get on the first rung, the second rung, there's hope for them and their families. And when your neighbor is employed, that helps the whole community out.
For stepping in and hosting the Black History Festival for this year, and we are so very happy and grateful to GTE for stepping up to the podium and saying that they would take on this event. I am Tina Middleton, and I am representing the African American Heritage Association this morning. We have been working on a project for about 1.5 years now, and there have been some real good progress that we've been making. Two of the biggest pieces of news that I have to bring to you today is we're going to have a community meeting 6 p.m. on March 9th. Mark your calendars, March 9th, 6 p.m. at the Carter Woodson Museum. At that time, we're going to show the community where we are going to place the markers. Everyone is invited, and it is free. There's no charge. So remember, March 9th, 6 p.m. at the Carter Woodson Museum. Also, on March 26th, we will have our first program where the community elders will come and tell their stories and be interviewed. And these are interviews that are going to be held for posterity. So they'll be around for your children and your children's children to know about them. It will be at 7 p.m. March 26th, also at the museum. And then we'll have them on the 4th Tuesday of the month from that point on until we get through all of the elders. So beginning on March 26th, 7 p.m. at the museum, we'll have the interviewing of the elders, and the community is invited to be a part of that, to hear those stories and see those people themselves. And then following that 26th, every 4th Tuesday after that, we will be there. Also, we want to tell everyone that our job as a steering committee to get this project going is about over. We are in the process of forming a nonprofit to continue the work. And we want the community to know that everyone is welcome to our meetings. We want your stories, and maybe borrow some of your old newspaper clippings, some of your photos, some of the programs you have from things that took place, little artifacts you have. We may want to get some pictures of those. Anything that you have that helps us tell the story of Black people in the St. Petersburg community. So go to your closets, go to your attics, go to your boxes, find some of those things that you thought you were going to throw away. They may have some value for telling the story. Now, how did we get started on this? Mayor Foster has been going to, I guess, since he's been in office, ended up going to several funerals. And there were funerals of prominent African Americans in this community, people who made an impact in this community. And as he was in those funerals, he said it hit him that the African American community was losing all of those stories, was losing this part of its history, and that somebody needed to tell the story. And so it came to his mind that a project like this needed to get started. So he has given his blessing and services of the city staff to help this project move along.
I'm very excited about the project that we're working on with the city. There will be some tangible things that you will be able to walk and trails that you will be able to see. We will have markers on 2 main corridors starting out. This is our first phase. Our first corridor will be on 22nd Street, and the second one will be on 9th Avenue. They will intersect one another. We'll be starting at Jordan School on 9th Avenue, heading up to 16th Street with churches and businesses, former churches and businesses that were along that corridor. Also on 22nd Street, and you've heard many things about 22nd Street, the most noted thing that you know about 22nd Street probably is the Manhattan Casino. But there were other businesses and other items that helped make 22nd Street. Those things are no longer there. But what we're planning to do is to put markers and to allow you to observe what did take place at those various geographical areas.
The plight, as I see it right now, is that statewide we're locking up 58,000 juveniles. I'm talking about the babies, 11 to 17. And over 20,000 of those are first-time misdemeanors, which means they get records, which means it's harder for them to get jobs and enjoy the economic prosperity and the American dream. Here in the city, we contribute about 1,800 kids to that system. We spend $10,000 to $20,000 a month from our police department to the Pinellas County Sheriff for juvenile booking services. And that dollar amount represents 150 to 165 juveniles every month from this city, every month. And those are the babies. So if you're not watching out for the babies, who's going to carry on when we're gone? That's why I'm so thankful to the trailblazers and the ones that went before me and gave me the opportunity to do this. And lastly, of those 1,800 we contribute, 700 of them come from our schools, 700. And we always talk about get the kids to go to school, get the kids to graduate. We already had one trip to Tallahassee to try to change the law. The public defender and the state attorney have told me, Councilman, all we got is the law. We have to use and enforce the law. If you don't like the law, you have to change the law. So we're looking for soldiers to go out and advocate and fight for these young people to change some of these antiquated and oppressive laws that are really imprisoning our young people. Florida is the only state that relinquishes juvenile records, which means if your kid does something when they're young, it's going to come back to hunt them when they're older.
There's a few people that I want to thank. First of all, I want to thank Miss Janice Ford. She has been, Miss Janice Ford, she deserves a round of applause over there. She has been keeping me in line and making sure that we got this event off to a great start. I want to thank all of the vendors. Another person that I want to thank is Mr. Claude Williams. He has also been very instrumental in getting this event started off. I want to thank GTE, my employer. Another thing that I want to thank the Midtown community itself, each and every one of you guys, for supporting GTE for the last 2.5 years and making sure that we keep our doors open to continue to support you guys.
Just want to let you know that we're here to support you. We're here to support your businesses. We want to help you continue to grow. We want to help support everything that you need with regards to financial literacy, education, giving you a foundation for lending and loans to help you make your business grow stronger.
Well, good morning. I just want to bring greeting on behalf of people of the city of St. Petersburg. Welcome. We're certainly glad that you're here. We've got some great vendors here today, and this is a day and an entire month that we celebrate African American history, and we've got so many exciting things happening in Midtown, and one of them is the African American Heritage Trail that we're going to unveil in the upcoming months. But there is so much rich history in the city of St. Petersburg, particularly here along the Deuces, which we're so very proud of. And we started this odyssey about a year ago, and we started looking at places, and places aren't really historical unless there was a great activity there, a historic event, and people and relationships. And so it's going to be, I think, something very special for the entire community. But thank you all for coming out here and celebrating this day and this month with us. Yeah, kids in the Cubs, they're legendary. They're world champions. They've traveled throughout the world as ambassadors of the city of St. Petersburg, playing a game that they love. And to be over 75, 80, 85, and to be able to hit and play the way they do, these guys are incredible. They're great athletes, great ambassadors. I love the kids in the Cubs.
The rivalry goes back many, many, many years. The kids in Cubs are a very competitive young group of players. Their mission, primary objective, is to not only beat but humiliate, embarrass the City Hall Stars. But in all seriousness, it's a fun game. The kids in Cubs are ambassadors for the city of St. Petersburg, and our elected officials and city administrators, we have a ball coming out every year playing against them. And I mean, what a beautiful scenic location down on the waterfront at North Shore Park at this beautiful facility. They're ambassadors for the city. I mean, I think the minimum age to play as a kid and Cub for the senior team is age 75. I mean, so at the same time they're ambassadors, they're also an inspiration to those of us who haven't achieved that milestone yet. So anytime we can come out and support them, it helps support and promote St. Petersburg.
Well, I enjoy playing with the kids in Cubs. It ain't a better thing that old people can find to do. It keep you healthy, it gives you excitement and something to do.
These gentlemen are incredibly athletic at their age. They're so much fun to watch. They are constantly encouraging each other, and they also have a fond rivalry with the city folks.
Well, as far as I know, they've been playing them for several years. It's a pretty even matchup. They win some, we win some. I think we hold the trophy now because I think we've won 2 years in a row, so the City Hall All-Stars are really going to be trying hard to win it back this year. Well, it's an organization that was founded back in 1930, so we're in our 83rd season. We play Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. We play 2 games. There's 4 teams in the league, and we play 2 games each, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. We also play several exhibition games throughout the year, games like this. We keep busy.
It's a lot of fun. It's all in good humor and good nature, and they're a lot of fun to play.